calling Alpha-1 Wrestling's Do or Do Not Try. I'm here with the American Nightmare, Mr. Nightmare.
Hashtag Mr. Nightmare.
Cody Rhodes. How's it going?
Well, it's been solid. Came to Hamilton, unaware of where Hamilton was on the map.
Really?
Yeah, when I saw my flight that's pretty ignorant of me. So, but I saw my flight was to Toronto, and I'm thinking, oh, I got probably a connection. I don't know where I'll go next. And then I realized Hamilton's essentially just
40 minutes
down the road.
Yeah.
Come here and to be able to win the tag titles unexpectedly with a odd couple pairing of myself and this gentleman over here putting his stuff together. All ego, Ethan Page, and I was supposed to do the show for free, and he has a big thing about nobody can do favors, so he gave me this massive wad of cash, and I have it in both pockets. So if you come work for him, he pays you really well, and I told him not to pay me. So it was a hell of a day so far. I got paid a bunch of money. I won a title.
Took a bunch of pictures with the
Took
fans?
so many pictures with fans. His dad beat me for the title after the show. It's been a hell of a day, man. Hell of a day. Lost my voice, apparently. Our one tag move, I think we screwed it up, but it will give us room to repair.
Oh, I didn't see how you landed. Did you land
You'll need to take a few steps back.
Oh.
I think I kicked you in the back of the head, actually. But it's okay. The old Sapolsky driver. That's what we were going to call it, the Sapolsky driver. Not driver, because that's too much of a play on Meltzer. Sapolsky special. Yeah, it was just tough for me to say, but Sapolsky special. Nailed it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Talk a little about the experience here at Alpha-1, the match itself with the virus, Josh Alexander Gavin Quinn.
Dude, it was the shits. The fans were rough. The building sucked. No, it was warm. It was absolutely.
I was going to say, get this reaction.
Absolutely.
That's why I refuse to not pay you.
This is absolutely wonderful. Everyone's so kind. I mean, a little thing that's rather touching is when you go out to do the meet and greet, people don't have to do anything. They're already in line for you. You know, like they're waiting. You know, I'm the one who's holding things up. And when I got out there, they clapped. Like it was just a little thing like that. It's touching. You know, later you're gonna have your entrance, and the show is more of a that's what's normal. But for that to happen was cool, and it was cool to be here on Father's Day. I thought Father's Day, no one's going to come to this show. Who would book this?
Yep.
You know, what kind of moron would book this? And ended up the moron was rather correct. A lot of fathers, sons, fathers, daughters. Pretty cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Cool. Of course, you got a big schedule coming up. New Japan Pro Wrestling. You're the #1 contender for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So talk a little about the match coming up against Okada.
I was so excited when they announced that I was going to be having an ROH World Title match. Because
Daniels Friday night,
because people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna tune into that pay-per-view. That's gonna be cool. Could be Cody's big night." Then the moment they announced the IWGP one, it's like the legit mirror universe. I hate Cody. I'm gonna burn his house down. What did he ever do to deserve that shot? He's writing off his family name, and I'm thinking, man, they're so quick. So I hope 8 days in the summer, man. Friday and then 8 days later against Okada. I hope there's triage units set up and you know, self-help line for some of the internet wrestling community because they're going to legit just hate their life when I have both the titles, and they'll come back. Both titles, I'll have them here, plus the tag team title at Alpha-1. Because that's the thing about not signing a contract with anyone is they ask at the end of the night, hey, do you have the title? Yeah. And I'm taking it with me. Going home. In this case, his dad has the title tonight because he beat me in the ring. But yeah, I'm very excited.
And if you're watching this, Gabe Sapolsky, how cool would it be if I had the Evolve title and we could just do this whole thing?
Yeah, honestly, if Gabe, if you're watching it, I thought he was already the Evolve champion. I felt bad because I've been talking to him like he was. So then he told me no, and then he told me he's nowhere close, and I thought, well, who is the Evolve champion? Zach, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no one's going to beat Zach. Zach's ooh.
You did.
I got lucky, though. Zach, who looks so friendly and is one of the nicest human beings on earth, kicked me harder than any man's ever kicked me in my life.
My bicep is still injured from 3 weeks ago.
Don't mess with Zach.
No.
Tried to get him a beer, and he wanted a cider. He's a whole different type of guy, but he's awesome. Zack Sabre Jr. is awesome.
I couldn't agree
And
more.
what a worldly son of a gun. Everything he says is all like just the moral compass of Evolve. Still, though, I should have known he was champ. I didn't know. What is Riddle champ of WW?
And the old
So he's the
promotion.
WWE. He's the everything. Yeah. And you told me you were the ace. Yeah. Oh, man. Gabe. I was thinking a lot about Gabe tonight just because I think he would have told us he liked this but hated it. I like Gabe, man. I had my very first independent show with Evolve, which Evolve isn't an indie, but that was my first non-WWE show, and he treated me like gold, didn't have to, and wrote me this great email that still stands true, and the title of the email is Welcome to the Indies, and it included some of the things that might go wrong, and at this point, they've all happened. So when they do, my wife and I even joke, we'll say, well, hey, welcome to the Indies, Gabe was right. Son of a gun.
I wanted to bring up joining the Bullet Club, obviously one of the most popular factions on the independent scene, not just in independent wrestling, but in wrestling as a whole. Talk a little about joining the faction and just the publicity, just the momentum that you've had since.
It made me rich overnight, so I can't complain. The shirts are in Hot Topic. And they're
Unreal.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Literally here in Canada.
Yeah, too. I should honestly, I could say like, I could put myself in high regards, but it's not truth. The truth is I should call the Young Bucks every day, and I'm pretty sure Marty does call them every day and say thank you, because they've made it possible because of the inroads they've made and the traction that Kenny, the Bucks, Tom, everybody in the Bullet Club, all of what they've done, the traction they've created has made it so that I will have my most successful financial year in wrestling, and it's not in WWE, which is a shocker.
That's
I wasn't ready for that. So
that's awesome.
Thank you, Tama, for making me so rich, and I hope to repay the favor.
We've talked about ROH. We've talked about New Japan Pro Wrestling. I wanted to bring up Impact Wrestling recently.
Yeah.
You got a chance to do some stuff with them. So talk about Impact Wrestling and your experience there.
I was really fortunate to be able to win that GFW Next Gen Championship. I hate now that it's kind of in a spot where I'm unable to defend it, or I could defend it, but there's now, it was okay to cross over, and now I don't know how okay it is to cross over, and you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want them to think you're pulling the wool over their eyes. I'm very much handshake and honest. And the majority of my dates coming up are in Japan, actually, except for July 30th, where I'll be at Alpha-1.
You got the plug right ahead of me. I love it.
So it's difficult. I don't know when I'll get back to an Impact Wrestling taping. There was talk about perhaps something at Slammiversary. I really like Jeff Jarrett. There's a kind of camaraderie and thing there because of second generation, third generation. There's just this thing. I think he understands me, and he's in a real tough spot to rebrand Impact after it's been rebranded. But they've got so many talented guys. It would be a shame if it didn't work.
I don't understand why fans are so negative towards the product as well. It literally makes no sense.
We're all so negative in general, man. All of us, myself included. Last night I told a kid who was riding with me, and I say kid because I was supposed to be, he was a legit young trainee, and I said, whenever you start a sentence with, I don't get, I said, you should end your sentence right there, because that is what a fan will say, and that is essentially what's going to make them boo. You know what? I don't get Kevin Owens. Well, that's why you're booing, and that's why you want to see him get beat. Yep. And if it's the other, if it's the other, this is my guy. Again, it's when you legit just don't care. When you find yourself looking at your phone, that it's actually bad. What am I rambling about? What was the question?
Talk about Impact Wrestling. We just went off on that.
Oh no, yeah. It's just everything is so negative, and I try to stay away from negativity. I get a little hot, like every now and then. Something zaps me. There's a reason. I had this expression and saying completely wrong, by the way. I like our favorite. What is it on Twitter? Like when you like a comment? Yep. I like the most nasty comments about me. And I didn't know people could see that I was liking them, like my followers. I knew the people I didn't know they could see it. My sister asked me, and apparently this expression is not correct. I said, you know what? You kill more bees with honey. And she said, that's not the expression. It's you catch more flies or something with money.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it all wrong. Yeah. No, just very negative, and I try to. I get it. We've all been negative. I was telling you about circle back the car ride. You can tell the match happened, and I'm loopy. But circle back to this car ride. Right after I told him, hey, whenever you start a sentence with I don't get, he asked me about a pay-per-view coming up with one of the main events. I said, you know what, I don't get, and I instantly turned into that. So there is no right or wrong way to be a fan. Nothing makes me more irritating than when a talent complains about, oh, well, I needed you, Chicago, and you chanted this. They paid. They can do whatever they want.
Yep, exactly.
They can do whatever. That guy paid his money tonight and came to yell at me that you smell good and chuckled to himself. Cool, man. Thank you.
Good for you.
Thanks
for the $20.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man, there's no wrong way to be a fan.
You did smell good.
I doused myself in, gosh, I don't even know what cologne it was because I didn't shower at the gym because I didn't sweat that much. So I went right to the gym, came right here, and covered myself up in artificial scents. Yeah.
Just really quickly, I wanted to dive into goals going forward. Of course, you've seen guys like Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway get back to the WWE. Is that a goal for you?
Great question. And I don't mean this in a negative way because we've covered not being negative.
Yep.
It is not. I see sometimes on Twitter people will be like, hey, man, they're going to ask you back. Mm-hmm. And I think they don't realize I asked to leave.
Yep.
It just wasn't for me. I was disenchanted with what I was doing. And WWE, I watched WrestleMania.
Yep.
I'm not going to miss that, and my brother's there, and they are the keepers to my dad's legacy with the tournament. That's something I'm interested in doing. And I have voiced that as I would love to do the tournament. Yep. But I did that schedule for 11 years. That's what I'm doing now is part of something that's different, and it's happening. It's happening on the ground here, and it's happening in New Japan. They're getting ready to break into the United States market. That's right. People keep wondering, hey, when's 1996 coming back? Bro, we're in it. Things are happening. We're in it. Retail shelves have merchandise that's not from WWE. It's a great time to be a wrestler in WWE, on WWE, and elsewhere. Besides, I did, like I said, 11 years. I met my wife there. No complaints about WWE. That's for people like him. That's where the ace is going, right? That's where the ace is going.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Gabe told me. Gabe told me he had a plan for him. I assume that's the plan.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's the plan. Better be.
Know the plan.
Better be. You literally almost all the moves you do, you have to not do though.
No, that's not true. Because I've just added a little twist to them and then named them after the wrestler that did them first.
You know what? That's pretty cool. I do David Starr's Product Recall, and I'd like people to say it's Product Recall. That's how I like to steal stuff. Yeah. Just call it what I stole.
That's exactly what it should be.
Yeah, Alabama
give people
Slam.
credit.
Yeah, it's Alabama Slam,
100%. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tonight is Money in the Bank. I wanted to bring up... There you go. I wanted to bring up, of course, your little infatuation with Money in the Bank with Damien Sandow. I want to talk a little bit about
2 years
that.
in a row, I was winning.
Yeah.
Nope.
Really? That was the plan, eh?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I said that once, and people...
You just blew it up.
Yeah, at one juncture, that was the plan, and then it didn't happen, but I'm sure I'm exaggerating it or remember it in how I saw it. Sandow winning was one of my favorite. Is literally my favorite match.
I literally just watched it the other day, and it was so good.
A crowd completely didn't need to cheer anyone in that match because it was all villains, all bad guys to get behind me in Philly, and the match became about me losing and not even him winning, and that's nothing against him. That's the brilliance of the whole thing. That was a Road Dogg special. Road Dogg's really smart. That's really inside that. But Road Dogg is if stick with Road Dogg. Not that the others are dumbasses, but Road Dogg is.
For future reference, this is great.
Yeah, Road Dogg is really good. Even when he lies to you, he will lie to you in a really good way. You'll walk away feeling good.
Okay.
And then like 20 minutes later, you'll be like,
I
didn't get anything I wanted.
My wife has mastered that as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
I met his wife earlier. What a shock.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Like, I met his wife. So I'm like, people meet my wife and they tell me like, oh, you outkicked your coverage, man. She's so beautiful. And I I don't take it as an insult. Like, she's amazing. I met his wife earlier, and I just wasn't what I expected. She's just.
Well, let me ask you, what were you expecting?
I don't know. Yeah, hard hitting. I guess, I think I was expecting like a more robust figure. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Care to comment?
I don't know.
So you thought I was married to my twin?
No. Just like
Is what you're saying?
I thought. I just didn't expect that, and he did very well for himself, and that's a nice thing. That's a good thing about the team. We did well for ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I almost tried to get Brandy booked on the mic tonight in the ring at the end of the show because they were so nice about everything. Hey, bring more shirts. And one person yelled, "Bring Brandy," and I was moments away from going, you know what? I just found out she's been booked for July 30th. I didn't want to do it because she's filming, and then poor thing, the boss. Do they know you're the boss, or is that a
thing?
They do now.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Did they not? Yeah.
Putting them on the
Poor
spot.
thing, you'd have to get a flight. But Brandy's worth it. She's wonderful. Shout out to Brandy. What's your wife's name?
Viviana.
Shout out to Viviana and shout out to Brandy.
There you go.
They're keeping 2 Stars going. 2 Stars got a chant tonight.
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Yeah.
That's
a
good.
thing. That's a thing. This isn't your only show this weekend, as you were yesterday at Pro Wrestling Magic. Keith Lee, talk about that one.
The most dangerous thing I've ever been involved with in my life. Not at all. Keith Lee's, he told a story at the end of the match that legit shocked me about how he knew my dad. I didn't know he knew my dad, so I'm just bawling in the ring like a child. And some people have taken this ride with me since my dad's death, and they're really like, fuck, bro, get over it, and I try to not make a lot of things about my dad. I try to move through them quickly when I speak about him. But Keith had this great speech and great story. I was really glad I got to get in there with Keith. I saved his life on a superplex. I don't think he knows I saved his life. So if you get a chance to watch that match, watch me save a man's life. I think he saved my life on something else. He also jackhammered me without jackhammering me. You told me earlier, he jackhammered you by the shoulders and then you go up. Strong.
That spirit bomb is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, he's something else. He powerbombed me, and he asked me if it hurt, and I told him in so many words, it was like a boom tube in DC Comics went off, and I had been sucked into another universe, and then immediately ripped back into the other one. So much happened. It was amazing. I think he didn't realize that meant it was a little stout. Yeah.
July the 30th, The Purge here at Alpha-1 Wrestling.
Hey, why is it called The Purge? We theme this one after Empire Strikes Back, and then we can't do the next one after Jedi?
That's Boss's. That's Boss's
I've
call
asked
there.
him 20 times.
I'm going to talk to the marketing team here, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Maybe specialized poster just for Cody Rhodes. We'll see what's in the budget.
You saw the 2 Stars posters going out there, man.
They were flying.
They were flying.
There you go. I want you to plug anything you want to get out to the fans and listeners, whether it be social media. I don't know. You got so many upcoming dates, so if you can't remember off the top of your head, just
But
go
they're
over
all,
everything you can.
every date I have, I try to make an effort.
You're amazing with social media.
Good. I try to make an effort. Every date I have is on at Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, well, I gotta give you credit, at least on video. I book local talent that doesn't promote the shows as much as you do.
That sucks. Why?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, I used you this show as an example to them on how to properly promote an event. Every tweet was different. Yep. It was great. And you did it often, but it wasn't annoying. It's immaculate.
It's a tricky game.
Yeah.
I think people forget that, I'm a wrestler's son, but I'm actually a promoter's son.
Yeah.
And if you put us on last, bro, you got to talk about it. Otherwise, put us on last.
Cody tried his best.
Man, I thought we were going on first. My voice is going. I got a burst of sack. My toe is crushed. I thought we'd go on first. Nope, last. That's okay, though.
Best for last.
Yeah, at Cody Rhodes Twitter. The big ones are coming up. I've never had a world title shot, which blows my mind when I really look at it and say I've never had one. So I have one on Friday in Lowell with an absolute just the man in CD. And 8 days later against New Japan Pro Wrestling's just pride and joy in Okada. And I really just I hope that crowd is absolutely bonkers, and I hope they go dead silent when I beat him. I hope they go dead silent and just I don't know what they're gonna do.
You're gonna turn pro wrestling upside down.
I want trash in the ring. Actually, no, it's LA. You never know how they could be. They could be chanting 10 at some point. That damn chant. I like Dilly so much, but
as a ref,
killing. Get out of here, man.
The worst.
Hey, Dilly, dude, what a stud he is. But man, amazing. I hate that chant. I hate it. Anytime you even get near it, they're ready for it. 10. I listened to his music today, by the way. It's good music.
You got great music as well. Want to plug it?
Downstat. Do you say it downstate or downstat?
That's a good question.
Great question. And I never want to ask them because I don't want to be rude because they did so many. They did one of my songs prior. They did a great job with my song. One of the goals this year is to get them to come and play me out at Ring of Honor.
Awesome.
And that will be really cool and expensive. And so we're going to have Sinclair Broadcasting.
Mr. Nightmare, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Thanks a lot for the time,
dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. You didn't. Let's ask him a question or two.
Yeah. Let's talk about the experience. Winning the tag team championship with Cody Rhodes. Come on.
It was awesome because there was a time when I was doing extra work for WWE.
Yeah.
And this is when you had the plastic shield on your face. And there was a bunch of guys that all got to do extra work and put paper bags on people for you. And I was super jealous.
Oh, you didn't get to do it?
But tonight, I won tag titles in my hometown with Cody Rhodes, and they didn't, so who cares?
Yeah, right? I remember there'd be a guy backstage cutting about 300 of those bags out, and I always wanted to walk up to him and tell him, hey, man, we're going to give out about 8 of those. But I don't want to, you don't know me, and you don't even know why you're cutting these, so I'm not going to do it, but we're literally going to give around 8 of those out. Yeah, you didn't want to be a bagger. A couple of the baggers are in NXT.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think they're like really good. I should watch the shows because I know one of them is like a stud there now, and he was like he was one of my regular baggers.
You got a regular bagger?
Yeah, he was regularly used.
Oh, okay.
He took a couple. He flew around a little bit. Yeah, good guy.
Okay.
Good luck. I hope he's like champ there. Who's champ there?
Oh, geez, putting me on the spot here.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, it's Roode, right?
Yeah, man.
Canadian.
Son of a gun, right? They know how to wrestle. Every Canadian, they're born. Arm dragging folks.
Never done an arm drag in my life, but I agree with you.
But you're from a weirder part of Canada, right?
Yeah, I'm a Samoan.
Yep, that's what it was. I found out his real name earlier. Nearly blew my mind. Yeah, I thought he was Samoan. He's
from
not.
The family.
He's from Macedonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Crazy.
I don't know who told you that.
I do my research.
July the 30th, The Purge. You want to plug it real quick?
Heck yeah, we're defending the tag team titles. No rules for 3 hours. Just like the movie. That's where we got it from. Even though we'll have to change a thing for Return of the Jedi.
Return of the 2 stars.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Return of the Nightmare.
Return of the Nightmare. And it's just Jedi themed. Cool.
We'll see if we can pull that off.
We're live, pal.
We're live.
Cody, Ethan, thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you very much.